Hello, my name is Ray and we will be taking a look to my portfolio. Let's start by viewing the Ovenit case study. Ovenit is an application that will let the users improve their oven cooking skills or learn new ones. This application was the main project for the UX Immersion course from Career Foundry. If you would like to see more details about this application, you can click the button below and use the prototype. As part of this project, it was very important to use the design thinking process. This is a very interesting process, even though you can see in the image that it looks like a straight process. It isn't, because you got to go back and forward between the steps, and that is not a bad thing because you can implement on all the feedback that you receive. So I think this process was great and helped me maintain everything organized during the process. For the problem statement, we used the double diamond strategy. This strategy helped me to create a realistic problem statement and some possible solutions to this problem. In my opinion, the double diamond strategy is a great strategy that helps me identify those problems that the user has and need to implement during the application. For my user personas, I created Armando and Rebecca. Armando represents the family man that is always working but like to have some time for his family. And Rebecca represents the baking fanatic that is always looking for something new to create. For the journey map, I chose the example from Armando. This is his user journey map when trying to cook something for his family. As we can see, he has some frustrations in the part that he doesn't have all the ingredients that the recipe needs. So using this journey map, we can address that and maybe choose an option for him to continue the process, even though he doesn't have all the ingredients needed for the recipe. For our user flows, I chose the Rebecca sample. Rebecca likes to create new recipes and tries new things, and I wanted to make this process simple for her so she doesn't get frustrated with trying to connect to an expert. As you can see, she only have to log in, choose an expert, request the service that she would like to have, make the payment, and she starts her sessions. I think that this is very simple and frustration free, in my opinion. Okay, let's take a look at the wireframes and prototypes. These were my first wireframes. In these wireframes, I have a basic idea of what I wanted to do. It was very early on the development of the application, and when I went to the medium fidelity prototypes, I quickly start to understand that there were more than meet the eye. So here you can see that I added some warnings to the user, so he can understand the step that he was taking, or if he pressed something by mistake, but let them know what he did. Now, for the high fidelity prototypes, I already have been created the look and feel for the application, and keeping in mind all that I have learned on the previous steps. If you would like to take a look at all the process that I did, you can view the image on the button. Now let's have a look at the usability testing. For this, I chose an example of the Rainbow Spreadsheet because I think this is a wonderful tool because as you can see, you have a color for each one of the users, and the inside information that this spreadsheet gave you in and the easy way it's presented to you help you improve on all the frictions that the user have during this testing process and come up with a better application. Okay, now this is the final prototype. I am really happy with all the results from the application. It was a great experience. I learned a lot on the course, and as you can see, from the original wireframes to for the final product, there was a lot of improvement and iterations. Now that when you see the final product, you say, I can add something else, and I can add something else, and that helps you realize that the design process is always iterating. It's never finished, but I think that is great because you're always striving for what to do next. Okay, and with that we have finished our tour for my prototype. So thank you. Let's go to the questions now. Okay, let's go to the first questions. Okay, have you given feedback on someone else's design before? What about receiving feedback? Okay, let me start by answering the first question. Yes, I have to give someone feedback to someone else designs before. There are people that take this the good way, and there's people that is not as easy as one will hope when taking feedback. I will give you an example of one of my supervisors. He didn't take the feedback very well. But it was needed because this was we were developing some internal web pages. So when you give a feedback that is not so great for him, he tend to negate the situation and try to find excuses for why he have chose the decisions that he made, but and didn't make the changes. And when the application of the web page was in production, issues started to come along with those design issues that there were. So I learned that by telling him that the design was good, and then telling him, what about we add this or we add that, he took this feedback better, and not he didn't felt bad for himself when I gave him the feedback. I let him know that what he has done is good, but I added some more elements to help improve that design, and it worked right. For my part, I love receiving feedback, even though if it's good or if it needs improvement. I always strive for it because it let me know what I'm doing right or what I'm doing wrong. So it's a win-win situation for me, even if it's good feedback or bad feedback. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay. How would your teammates describe you as someone to work with? Well, I'm a bit different from I like to think from everyone else. I like to work. I am very kind with my teammates. I am a usually happy person. I don't like trouble at all. but mostly I like to create new things. I like to see the process as it is and see what we can add to make this process better. And I think if you speak to some of my teammates, they will let you know that sometimes I like to change and help others make changes to create a better work environment. Okay, next questions will be: tell me about a difficult project, or tell me something going wrong and how you reacted. Working with the development of an internal page in the bank, sometimes you get meetings with all the managers and supervisors from the different departments inside the bank, and obviously some departments have priority over others, and the other departments, managers and supervisors from the other department, didn't take well when when they were not the priority. So it was very important to let them know, those managers and supervisors, that this was nothing personal against them, and that the business have established the priority that needed to be done. But I always let them know, we will keep you in mind. I took all the feedback that they need to give, and when the opportunity came, I called them and let them know, now we are going to be working with your project or with your application, and that seems to work, and we got a better understanding about each other's. Okay, for the last question we have, come up with your own question you could ask the interviewer. For instance, something about culture, flow, company vibe, product questions, and more. My question for the interviewer is: if I ask one of your customers about your company's product, what would you like them to answer? Okay. And with that, I would like to thank you for your time and for listening to me. Have a good rest of the day. Thank you.